Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of four documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Let's chat about our June 2024 net worth update. I will share details on all of our current assets and liabilities, outline how we're tracking towards our fire goal, and a snapshot of our stock portfolio with audible numbers like always, so please hang with me. Now, I thought I'd be a millionaire by now. Hear me out. I thought I'd be a millionaire by 30 years old. I was adamant that I'd have 2 kids by 30, 2 homes with one being a vacation home in Arizona because I love Arizona. I'd be working for myself on some successful business and I'd be a millionaire all by 30. I wrote this in my journal. I have proof this is what I thought I would be by that age. Now, none of this happened. We aren't millionaires. We didn't have both of our kids before 30. We don't have a vacation home and have only been back to Arizona once in the last decade. And no, I don't work for myself. And on top of this, I am now 35, the beginning of middle age. And I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel, but every time I review my net worth, I hear my younger self laughing at me. Don't get me wrong, we are making ground and are definitely going to be millionaires, but we are not there yet. I say this more so to keep myself grounded that building wealth does take time. I'm not sure why I'm anchored or I was anchored around the age of 30, but I know we are exactly where we need to be right now. Now, our progress in the last few years have been exponential. It all comes down to a mindset shift, focus plan, and execution. When I found fire in about 2019, things shifted in how we saved and how we managed our money. If I found fire when I was younger, then yes, I'm 100% sure I would have become a millionaire before 30. I'm not worried about millionaire status. I'm more focused on giving my family more options in life, especially my husband who desires to move into full-time entrepreneurship. But we are very close to becoming millionaires as a couple, to be clear, but I know this can all change due to the market. We strategically have all of our net worth or most of it in stock investments, so if the market wins, we win, and if the market doesn't, well, we still win, but just long term. Now, I feel by the end of the year, we will hit this milestone, and it may have taken me 5 years longer than planned, but timelines are meant to be broken and adjusted as we continue to go on our journey. I'm not worried. I'm excited about our financial future. Okay, so calculating your net worth is pretty easy. I always share, especially for those who are new in their financial journey or new to the channel. We track our net worth at the end of the month, but do what works best for you. So to find your net worth, you take your assets minus your liabilities. Think of your assets as what you own, while your liabilities are what you owe. Keep in mind that not all assets are weighted the same. When we calculate our net worth, we only include appreciating assets. But choose the inputs that make sense to you and aligns with your long-term financial plan. Also, stay consistent in your selections for better long-term trend analysis. So, our total assets are made up of two main sections. We have our large and fixed assets and our liquid, also known as our fire assets. By design, investments make up the majority of our assets at about 44%, followed by the value of our primary and rental properties at 27 and 26% respectively. So our large and fixed assets include two assets. First is our primary home, which is valued at about $432,800. And I got this off Zillow, and I update it about once a year whenever we get our property taxes information from the county. Our other asset is our duplex, which is currently valued at about $413,100. So as of today, these two assets are valued at $845,900, and there's no change here. For our liquid assets, we include our investment portfolio as well as our cash on hand. For cash, we have about $1,100 in our checking accounts, which is our buffer for our budget, and about $43,000 in our emergency fund or savings account. This is down due to a larger than expected tax bill for 2023. In total, we have about $44,000 in cash in our accounts, with the most being in our savings account in Capital One. Now, I don't like to see this number under $50,000, so we're working to build this back up. In our investment portfolio, we have just over $700,000 invested across all of our accounts, with the majority in our IRAs within Vanguard. So in total, our liquid assets, also known as our fire assets, are at $744,250. So for our total liabilities, we only have two line items, which are our properties. We have our mortgage on our primary home, which is $359,511, and then we have our mortgage on our rental property, which is $315,012. In total, we owe $674,523 on two low-interest homes. So how much is our net worth as of June or through the end of May? Our total assets are $1.59 million, including our liquid and long-term fixed assets, which is always exciting to see grow. And our total liabilities, including our two properties, are just under $675,000. This brings our total net worth to $915,627, which is about $85,000 away from millionaire status. We are almost getting there. Now, can we really hit fire in 5.5 years? I'm not downing on our journey, but it's really hard to track how fast our net worth can grow over time, especially since it's heavily weighted within the stock market. Now, I feel we had made large leaps in the last 2.5 years, but as you know, past performance is not indicative of future performance. But this is the one metric that we track that I hate tracking because I have no control of it. I can track my income, our savings rate, how much we invest, and how fast we build our emergency fund, and all those things I can control, but net worth, I can't control. I'm not annoyed, but I am annoyed. The only thing we can do is keep going on our plan. But it's inevitable that our net worth will increase over time, but I'm wondering if we should adjust our timeline or overall expectation when it comes to fire. Now, in 5.5 years, I was not planning to get a fired party at work, but yes, I am hoping to be financially independent by then. I love my current job, but I feel like a 6-month sabbatical is calling my name. Have you ever heard of mini retirements? I've been reading up on it and I feel like I'm itching for one. Now, this is totally not in our plans, but doesn't a 6-month break from work sound amazing? I'm waiting until we hit fire to take it, but 5.5 years sounds so far away. But my husband, on the other hand, is just starting to ramp up. He is engrossed in his business and he's ready to do it full time. But for me, I am desperately in need of a break. Okay, whining is over. Regardless, we'll stay the course. What has gotten us this far will get us to the next stages and beyond. I am happy with where we are today, don't get me wrong, but I cannot wait until we hit fire. Okay, so how far are we from our fire goal? Here is our fire tracker, and as you can see, we still are about 1/3 of the way to fire. We need to hit a net worth of about $3.1 million or have about $2.7 million invested to hit our fat fire goal. We are at 29.5%, which isn't bad, but I'm hoping that this time next year we're closer to about 40%, and that means our net worth would have to be closer to $1.2 million, and that doesn't seem too bad, right? Now, I wish I had developed this tracker or chart earlier because then I would have a better way to see how long it took us to grow our net worth over time. This is probably one of the newer charts I've created, so the data doesn't go back too far. Anyways, we're almost at the 30% mark and 1/3 of our way to our fire goal. Okay, so here's a quick look at our investment portfolio trend for 2024. At the start of this year, our portfolio was just around $575,000, and about 5 months later, it's just over $700,000. That is $125,000 growth this year already. Now, the biggest factor is our private equity valuation that has increased and our bonuses in the early part of the year that we sent into investing. Now, I doubt we can keep this trend going, but I hope we are at least positive for the remainder of the year. Okay, so how are you tracking towards your fire goals? Are you where you thought you would be at this stage in life? And how close are you to firing your job? Now, share in the comments below. I would love to know your progress. I asked Google how to increase your net worth fast, and the first thing that came up for me was making smart investments. So we are investing smartly in the market through index funds, but are there other investments we can be making right now? We did invest in a business, but what else can we be doing to push our net worth higher faster? Now, my husband is on the business growth trend, and I'm set on investing, but maybe there are other levels we need to learn about or look into. Real estate has leveled and cooled in our area, so we are always on the prowl for a new rental, but we'll see what that looks like for the remainder of the year. So I track our net worth monthly at the end of the month, but post it here quarterly, so I hope we have a bigger leap in the next quarter. Net worth is probably the last financial number we started to track, and if we started earlier, things would definitely be different. I'm glad we have now built a habit around tracking this number. It's gotten easier as Excel is set up, and all I have to do is plug in a few new updated numbers, and boom, we have our information. But whenever I talk to younger family members or even friends about money, I always plug in that you need to know your net worth. Yes, it doesn't define who you are, but it does give you a total picture of your financial health. Now, if I had known that earlier and younger, I'm pretty certain we would be in a different position than we are today. But I'm so excited about our progress, and I can't wait to see where we'll be in the next update. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.